And we're all the way live on a Mars day full of action, bro. Full of drive and fire. The god of war meets the goddess of war. Destruction and equality. Bow, bow, bow. What's up, everybody? I am out of control. The hostess with the mostest. I am a High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am the dark goddess, reincarnated, God's first creation of himself in the feminine form. I am the Lilith, the Morgan, the Kali, the Isis, the Kanyin, Hecate, Medusa, and many, many more. In this particular moment, we got all of these three. This is a very integral moment for me. I have been integrating all of my past lives one by one by one by one. And at this moment, and this is a Tuesday, I always go through a portal on a Monday. At this moment, I woke up as all three. I woke up in Chris Brown. No, just kidding. What does that mean? Well, typically I go through one or the other energies. The whole point of this as a Melchizedek and as a, full enlightenment is to integrate all your past lives into this life. What else did I need? Oh, the Kali cards. I gotcha. Into this life and be all of yourself. Now, it's quite interesting. This is a little dusty, huh? Dusty. Each of my lives, I had very specific callings and powers. So I need all of those callings and powers in this life. At this moment, I'm accessing all three lives. Really? Yeah. And then you can also put in the Isis because of the Akashic records. You're limited to each power. Each life you have, you gain a new power, a new wisdom. You have a new experience. Not you guys. You're on a fucking time loop. You motherfuckers haven't even learned how to live this life. Anyways, moving on. There's my Kali cards. Thank you much, Lord. Each life, I had a better life. It just got better and better and better and better. Right? You get better at life. That's it. It's called an ascending master. How many times have I done this? 1,000,000 times. But I come back to repeat the first life because I didn't fulfill that role. Ta-da! Alistair. Oh, the demons. The demons. The demons. We're unleashing hell today. That's right. Only Lilith can control them. Only Lilith can control them. But only Kali can release it in love. Right? Truthfully, yes. It's a lot of stuff going on here. Hecate is the only one that can get into the other realms. Each of them, a part of me, I need each part of me to do what I do. I learned it in different lives, each part of me. As Lilith, I was just crazy. I'm the untamed dark goddess. I am the divine feminine, just feelings and exploration. I am the definition of a Sagittarius. I am just out here for an adventure. Motherfucking adventure time. First life, last life, in the middle somewhere. My last life was the Morgan. I was the goddess of war. Right? Prior to that would have been the bridge. And then I went from, there goes the horse noise. I went from being a Celtic goddess to a Haitian goddess, and I turned dark there. I went from light to dark within that with my people, and I took on more family. I evolved into a bigger goddess for more people when I got over there because it wasn't just my people that were being persecuted. So all the voodoo that's taught in like New Orleans and all that shit comes from me. For real. I've always been the priestess. I've always spread every lifetime have spread the knowledge and the wisdom of the gods, prophecies, all that. I've always been that. But anyways, I need all of this to do what I do. Realistically, yeah. So I'm in my Kali, which is all aggressive feminine love. That's God love in a female form. Really? Yeah, that's God love in a female form. Total aggressive love. You have to know the powers. Only those that study the Kali know when I say I'm in my Kali what that means. Many have not known the Lilith, but I teach you every day what the Lilith is about. Those that study the Morgan, and I have books to all of this, these people that study, my spirit in that time, not knowing that all those spirits was me. I was the goddess of all time. You know what I mean? Just reliving life just like you motherfuckers. So currently, and as I was doing my invocation to my Kali. This is my Kali necklace that I wear, that I keep in my car. I'll be wearing that all day. It likes to pull on my neck hairs, which I don't like so much, so I'll have to do something about that. We are going to do some fun work. Why? We're going to turn up the heat. Why? Because I'm guided to. Do I have an attitude? No, I'm told to. I'm the gatekeeper. I'm guided to do such things, and I need certain powers of mine to harness all of this. It's not like you could call in one part of me to make this happen. Really? Yeah. All of me versus all of you. God says that we win, and fuck you. Alright, so, first off, we're going to turn up the heat here. We're going to open some hell. Bring out some fucking... It's the dark season, and the veil is... The veil is thinnest, so we're going to bring out some of the demons here. What? To tempt mankind. Realistically, in a sense or two, God says, what are they going to do? Eat at them? They're already walking in sin. These guys are just going to go and, you know, turn up the heat. Where are we at? Well, that might be the slowest moving energy. Just kidding. How many are we going to pull out, God? A couple more? What are we doing? We're opening up gates of hell. Why? So people can learn their lessons. Really? Pretty much. Pretty much. We'll get into this. It all makes sense in a minute. What else we got? Oh. Makali was a witch of the Theseus in the region of ancient Greece, known for its magic. She is shown here performing one of the most notable magical rituals of witchcraft, drawing down the moon. We're using some moon day energy. What's the one on top, God? Ooh. These are what you guys will have, you know, hovering over you. Let me take a deep breath. Welcome to my family, Emily. You woke up like this? Yep. I guess I gotta get a guidebook to guide you through what's going on. Where's that one gone? There we go. Well, let's start with the first one. The big guy. Focus. Focus. Lucifer. Not right now, my dear. Alright. Also known as Foras, is a president of hell, with oversight of 29 legions of demons, according to Wires. Foras, or Foras, is not described as having any strange or animal form. Instead, he appears, according to demonologists, as a strong and hardy man, sometimes a knight on horseback and carrying a spear, always in human form. He often manifests with long white hair as a symbol of his age and wisdom. Hey, it's Gandalf. Foras, or Forkas, is said to have had many gifts of speciality, all of them of benefit to the summoner and given with general goodwill. He is knowledgeable about many sciences, including the use of stones and herbs. That's funny, I was guided to pull out my pestle and my motar because we were talking about Baba Yaga. And brew up some fucking crazy shit. Herbs and medicine. I don't have to. I don't have to. All I have to do is call it forth. It's just a lubrication. You know what I mean? So as I was out there doing my vacation, you know what I mean, to call back, you know, call my higher self in more, which was the Kali, I also was burning frankincense. Jesus, hold me down. Really? Yes. Yes. Or maybe I was becoming the monster called Frankenstein. Just kidding. The use of stones and herbs in medicine and alchemy. He is gifted with all forms of public speaking, from logic to debate to speeches and persuasion. He can find and recover treasures, and he is a great lover of the arts. Forcas's gift is his ability to gift the conjurer with some portion of his logic and ingenuity and help them express themselves eloquently. I feel some throat chakra around this one. Divination. Focus on gaining eloquence and grace. They're sending me to pristine school. Okay, we're going to focus on that. Next one. Next one. Alright, vowel. Sometimes spelled wall or vowel. Vowel. Alright, according to Wires, the Duke of Hell, with 37 military units under his command, Vol was once the heavenly order of the powers. Ooh, the powers that be. That's how I know them all. I know everybody. Why? Because I am the serpent that lives within the tree of life. Anyways, often appears in the form of a camel, and when he appears in a human form, he speaks in Egyptian tongue. Though it is not made clear by demonologists whether that language is Egyptian Arabic or the ancient Coptic Egyptian. I don't know what that is. It's many tongues, and that's what it is like you have to have the gift of discernment to understand what they're trying to relate to you. There shouldn't be a barrier of language. It's expression. Really? That's how I learned Spanish. I didn't know what the fuck anybody was saying. I paid attention. It was a lot of, you know what I mean? Repeating words before things and this, that, and the other. Nobody sat down. I didn't take Spanish class living there. I lived there for like 6 months, and I sound very fluent. Well, I kept going back over the years, but it was like, a 6 month period. Really? Yeah. Oh. Wallace said to have known many things concerning the past, present, and future, but he is especially gifted at procuring the favor of friends and foes, as well as love and family. Some demonologists, including Wire and Scott, focus on Val's ability to create romantic relationships. Ew. Now we got hell coming and messing with my relationships. What happened, Gabriel? You failed me? The whole fucking universe is trying. I'm not. Why don't you give it some effort? I tried. However, his greatest ability is to foster friendships between very different people without any romance. Hey, that's good. May show that his superior gift is bridging communication gaps to allow for strong relationships of any form. Hey, isn't that both of them? They're all talking about communications. Is it Wednesday? I don't know. Divination. Focus on resolving differences with enemies. Come on. Here comes Jesus and shit. Finding common ground in friendship. Yeah, whatever. I could have just told her to her face she was a hooker and a liar. I don't care. I see that was very devious to hang that bitch, but she hung herself. And that's it. That was a very Cat Williams move right there. But I'll be watching, bro. And I'll be listening. And I'll be waiting for that moment, bro. Don't slip up around me, bro. Just because I don't say it doesn't mean I didn't see it. And if I didn't see it, God will show me later. You get away with nothing around me. They build a case on all of you, bro. They let you get away with shit for hella long. Hella long. And then you're so guilty you can't get out. There's no way out. Realistically, I'm not going to apologize. You fucking apologize, you fucking liar. Realistically. I don't give a shit. And who else am I funking with? So, you fucking apologize. Show some godliness on your side. Shit. Kiss my ass. I don't mind fighting with you. I'll fight with you till the end. I don't give a shit. All that's getting hurt is your feelings. I ain't swinging on nobody. I ain't doing nothing. Go fuck yourself. And your fucking hurt-ass feelings. I spend my whole life over here teaching you how to deal with those, and you want to take them out on a bitch? Bitch, please. I'll push them harder. How's that for communications? And I'll do a ritual on your ass. Fucking bring in your fucking... I will persecute your dead for what you're doing to me. You hear the cries of your fucking ancestors. And your children. Your children's children's. You're playing with a person. I'm fucking rolling over souls. You wanna play with me? Let's play. Let's play house. Let me unleash some shit in your house that only your kids can see. Motherfuckers, quit playing with me. That's what I posted last night. That's what it was, Birdie Mac. Alright, motherfucker. Keep playing with me. Keep playing with me, bro. You keep taking it, and that was the cards last night. Don't take my kindness for weakness, bro. I'm not Jesus. I'm spreading his word, bro. I ain't him. Don't get it fucked up. Don't get it fucked up. Pulled out the inner warrior, and here we came. You done woke up my fucking Holy Spirit, bro. That's okay, because I can handle it, but can you? Can you handle the Holy Spirit that you're fucking with? Why are they always fucking with me? Fucking with me. I don't know which part of me is the biggest fan of fucking Bone Thugs and Harmony, but there is a part of me that is the biggest fan of Bone Thugs and Harmony. I done met those guys like so many times in my life. I don't know, I guess it's just a super loyalty. Those dudes. Don't be funking with my dudes. Anyways, focus on resolving differences with enemies. Who the fuck is my enemy? You want to be my enemy? You're an enemy of God. Trying to take it out on God's messenger, and you don't even recognize. A million pairs of eyes looking hard can't realize who the fuck I am. I tell you, I spend at least 15 seconds of every video. I'm this and this and this and this and this and this and this. What the fuck are you? Fuck off my shit. All right, let's do some ritual work. I think we're gonna have to teach you the herbs. I already saw that earlier. Really? I felt like I do this all the time. How often do I teach you guys the herbs, bro? I mean, really. But I'm gonna brew up some shit, so I might as well show you what I'm brewing. Whatever. I'll just say. I feel like I do this like how often, guys, do I teach them the herbs? I feel like we did this. It's just like how often do I teach tarot? Fine. I did see it. I saw a vision today of what? My spiritual learning and healing center. Really? I saw the beginning, which was what? It was just a door at a shopping mall. Gotta start somewhere. Really? What was on the door? Pictures of all kinds of religions, open to the public is what it said. It was real basic. We gotta start somewhere. We're gonna have a bunch of blankets and pillows on the floor, some good music, some food. Gotta start somewhere. That's where I started, on the motherfucking floor, crying. Yeah, trust me, after we start doing this, you're gonna need my help to get up off the floor. Get down on it. Alright, this says Macaulay, which I used to have a friend named Michaela. I had a vision that she was pregnant, and I hit her up a couple months ago. She said she would tell me if she was, but I guess not. I don't know when she's going to be pregnant, but that bitch going to have a baby. Anybody could have told you that, I guess. Macaulay was not a demon at all, but a sorceress. Mentioned very briefly, only 2 lines in Ovid's Metamorphoses, whatever, as the Lapith mother of the Proteus and the Orion. I saw a stupid God joke yesterday on Facebook. It says, Orion's belt is such a waste of space. And then it was all, the joke is because it only has a couple of stars. Taking up a lot of space here. It's a stupid fucking cosmic joke. I'm starting to catch these fucking science jokes. I'm a weirdo. Been hanging out with the science guys for too long. Apart from listening to her sons, the only other note Ovid gives is Macaulay is that she once pulled the moon down from the sky. Oh, dude. And that's why it's always, pulling down the moon. Bro, I am the moon. I don't need to pull on shit. Stop touching me. And that's why I can hear everything from the moon's. I am the reflection of the moon. No reflection. Do you get the end? Nope. I'm not teaching you about what I am as the moon. Oh, God. Are we going to go into this whole... as I'm talking about the planets? I have to teach you about the gases and what the planet is made up of. Planetary energy. Come on. I thought we were going to learn about potions and stuff. Alright. To understand why tiny footnote in history is worth mentioning in a book of demons, we need to look at where Macaulay's home would have been located. As a Lapith, she and her sons would have came from Thessaly in ancient Greece. Thessaly, whatever, I don't know how you pronounce it. Many centuries later, legends of women from Thessaly and their strange powers were still being told. The scholars collected some into volumes. One ritual of the Thessalian women in particular, that of drawing down the moon, gained some popularity in poetry and folklore in the 1800s, and is that later resurgence of the modern day. Can I stop? I forgot to tell you guys something extremely important. All morning, I have been struggling with sacral issues as soon as I woke up, and I am assuming that it's a burst of energy which is coming from my... I don't know what it is, but this is dangerous. Really? Yeah, what's that mean? Like cramps. And that's the home of creativity, but sexuality. So it's like, if I have pain in it, that means that it's the chakra is opening, not blocked. That means something's coming to the surface. Can I just point that out? Are you guys having sacral energy? It's the home of creativity. It also is where some of your darkest secrets hide. Really? Yeah. I just want to tell you that. But it's also the birthing canal. So that's why I was like, oh, I'm, Empress mode. I'm birthing what? Myself. I'm releasing more of myself, my creativity, my my divine femininity. That's what I wanted to point out. And as I say that, it stops. You know, I'm like, what is wrong with me? What is happening inside of me? You guys don't pay attention to your body. So I do a lot of body mapping to find the energy and where it's coming from. It's like, oh, what's going on in there? I just live in this body. It tells me a lot about everything else, though. And that's really what it is I can sense through the body. I can feel the energy. The body's in the way, if you would. It has to go through the body, the feelings. So you have to, you know, that's your clear senses. Wiccan rituals were created. Although the current ritual does not literally pull the moon out of the sky, it still is relatively important and well-known aspect of Wiccan. It is a ritual like that very likely would not exist in any form anymore if there was, I'm getting down low, if there were not for the tiny few written references in ancient history, including 2 short lines about Macaulay, one of the few Thessalonian sorcerers mentioned by name. Listen, divination. Focus on opening yourself to greater power and reputation. Whoa. Fame and fortune is something you all seek. But you seek it for all the reasons. You seek it for adoration and attention. You seek it for gold and all of those things. You've never been placed in a seat of power, so you seek that seat of power. This is the first time that I haven't sat there, and I've really been running away from that seat of power for a very long time. Every time God tries to do it, I try to run into the woods and say no. It's the Lilith. Because in all other lives, I took my power, and I was proud of my power and the role I played. I was always the divine mother to the people. But Lilith was the child. She was the fucking... Lilith never grew up. Nor did Lucifer. She never grew up. She never grew wise. She's the maiden. Then there's the mother. Then there's the crone. And that's where it is I developed in time. Not in one lifetime, but in time. So Lilith doesn't want to grow up. She doesn't want to do the job. She just wants to have fun. It's the king, it's the Knight of Wands. She just wants to explore everything there is to explore. She doesn't want to stay. When she's found it and had fun, she wants to move on. It's very difficult. All of my other lives, I sat in a place of power. And that's where I said, as soon as I woke up, I had this nightmare. I always said it. I'm sitting in the fucking throne. And I can't leave. And they're going to bring some guy in here. And I don't want to. I am the basis of all those fucking runaway brides and fucking princesses that don't want to become queens. That don't want to stand in authority. That don't want to be in power. That don't want to be controlled. It's like we want our power to be free. As I'm seeing this, I'm seeing... God, that was such a great movie. What was that? Brave? That's about the story of the goddess Bridge, her and her 2 brothers, the twins. I need to save my mom. It was about sorcery and all of it. It's a great movie. It's like, no, I don't want to marry anybody. I just want to... Why can't I just be a warrior? That's the Bridge right there. It's a great story, and that's really it is the maiden. Reputation. Lilith doesn't want to be responsible. I don't want to be responsible. My higher self knows what I'm here to do, and it's always trying to push it on me, but I just want to have fun. I just want to live life. I just want to get it done and go. I don't want to be tied down to anything. Once I stand there, bro, it's like, okay. They will deny it, but they can't deny it, and with that comes so much. I'm the first witch to stand up and show they always did exist. I'm God's prophecy. I'm so many things. I have to stand in the truth. I am the truth. And by that, I'm all alone. And I have to face it by myself, and that was never the plan. That was never the plan. Chosen ones always had their 12. They always had their legions. As I see this, I see the Knights Templar. They always had their protection. They always didn't have to fight this battle of man by themselves. God brought those to fight with them. You guys are trying so hard to get the world to know who you are for petty reasons, because you think you're so fucking important. You don't know what the world's going to do when they find out who I am. and what I can do and why I'm here. First is you don't want to believe who I am, but then you'll have no choice. You'll have no choice because you'll see what I can do is real. Just like always, what did they do when they found a witch? And then you'll figure out why I'm here, and that's even worse. Am I here to bring hell upon you? I'm here because hell is already here. And I'm here to try to guide you out. And everybody that refuses me and denies me and yells at me and tries to persecute me and my family are the very ones that will suffer. I try to hide. You guys want me to get out of here, dude, but I'm safe. I'm hidden. Nobody knows where I am. These people just think I'm crazy. I can hide under the cloak of darkness. They don't know that there's a real Holy Spirit hidden in there. When I go out, I have to tell people straight to their face who I am. Whether they accept it or not, that's them, but I have to be honest. So I don't like to meet people. It starts with something simply as stick as my necklace. I'm an oracle. What does that mean? Do I really want to tell you the truth? Do I really want to tell you who I am? What's your name? Phoenix? High Priestess Phoenix? Oh, that's cool. What does that mean? Do I really want to tell you? Because you know I have to tell you. I can't make up something. Even trying to dumb it down sounds amazing. But then it's like, okay, well, you could choose to believe it or choose not to. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I have to be what I really am, whether people want it or not. And I have to stand in the spotlight, whether I want it or not. You guys want it so bad, but you don't know what happens. I tried to show you through my celebrities, and they're just basic performers. They're basic, bro. They don't even have true skills. They're just good competitors of what is. I'm unworldly. I like to keep it small for as long as I can. Because it doesn't just come with fame. It comes with a lot of persecution and fear. The whole world doesn't believe in witches, and if they do, it's all bad. Get past the fact that I'm a witch. That's just what I am on the surface of the things I do is what you call that. I'm far more than a witch. I tell you all the time. Okay, I guess I even leashed my own hell. Okay. Well, damn, didn't see that coming. I thought I was gonna give you some shit, not them give me some shit. I have to. It's my calling. I can't, and people want to destiny swap me. It's like, you're going to come out and save the world? Bullshit. You're going to come out and fight them? You're going to outwit them? You're going to outmagic them when they try to say you're not me? You have no power? Can you prove your power, bro? They're going to ask me to, and I told you I can. But then what happens when I show them I can? What kind of control will they try to put upon me? Which land will try to control me first? And call, as use me as their own personal weapon. The stupid part is I'm teaching everybody how to be this weapon for God. They want the power to have it over man, over countries, over neighborhoods, over boyfriends, over the radio charts, something fucking stupid. And I'm giving it freely to everyone just as Jesus did. It's his power, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm here giving it to you. Pay attention and do the work. And you too shall be free and have the gifts of the Holy Spirit. You too shall be a Holy Spirit, no longer trapped by the conscious, by the workings of this world and of this mind, walking in the flesh, but a full awoken spirit, dragging the flesh through the human experience after that. But whatever the fuck. Will you be able to consort with the ascending masters? Are you divine? That's what's stupid. That's what's so stupid. Is that I spend day after day after day teaching you guys how to do it. And instead you just say I can't do it. Or awe at the fact that I am. Instead of just fucking doing it. What's the point of doing it? You know what I mean? That's the whole point. So I can have other people. It doesn't take nobody to read tarot. How long have you guys been reading tarot? I'm pretty sure fucking all my celebrities know tarot right now. They've been with me learning cards. They have a better memory than me. They're not taking in everything. I'm sure that my celebrities read tarot by now. I'm sure of it. I'm sure that they know the tarot cards. Not fully like me, but I mean like in the sense that we don't fully know them, but we know the tarot cards, bro. We've been reading them together for 3 years. Don't tell me you don't know tarot. Don't tell me you don't know what time of season is. Don't tell me. Oh, look, there I am. I told you. I shared that last night. I'm in the light and dark. I am so fucking balanced. That is amazing. Really? You have to balance it, bro. You can't tip the scale. You can't be more light because then you get, you know what I mean? You get taken advantage of. You can't be more dark because then you'll hurt somebody. The nurturer to the, it's the feminine to the masculine. The warrior to the nurturer. I feel it. The only thing is I don't have my guidebook. Guide me, Lord. What are you doing today? Oh, I'm going to get all witched out. I need to go get my kid's phone, so I have to make an appearance, sign some paperwork. I'm going to go ahead and pull him out and take him over to get a replacement of his glasses. Because I didn't do that last week with him. And some follow-up stuff. That's about it. Really, unless God has plans for me other than, you know, that. And I'm not doing that till later. We sat down and worked out the time. I'm like, well, this is what I do, and this is what I do. And then he's like, well, I have lunch here. And then after that, I have gym. And I was like, well, this is what time. I'll see you at that time. I might be an asshole and just walk up there and make him walk with me. Why not? It might be pretty. It's supposed to be like 47 degrees today. I was like, that's hoodie weather. Let's go for a walk. You're like, what? I mean, it doesn't feel that cold with the sun on your face. I assure you that. This is almost the end. No, 37. I was looking for 47. 43. 44. Come on. I'm still in the 40s. Why do I keep doing that? Here we go. I found it. No, I went to 36. Dharma of Kali. Well, I didn't read it before I pulled the page. On 190 and 191. Somebody call 911. It came up yesterday too, page 199. Her every action is infused with loving purpose. Every challenge and every opportunity in your life exists by her divine design. Her spiritual intelligence is within your heart. When you trust your integrity and proceed according to your soul's values, you are trusting and empowering her to be at cause in your life. And that's where it is what came over you, the Kali. I got to get tough with this. Everything that is happening is part of how your prayers are being answered. A new order is being established, and you are being led into it. The order of the Phoenix. I told you I'm going through a rebirth. And that's really what's going on. And I'm about to, do a ritual, clean up this shit. You know what I mean? We're about to, Yes, we're going into it. I'm going in. And pretty much I should be starting to do some rituals for Samhain, like now. What's today, the 28th? It's All Hallows Eve, which is before Halloween. And I'm on a different time schedule, so that makes sense why I'm being guided to do all this today. I'm wearing the necklace. I already seen me putting on my crazy-ass makeup. And, walking around and doing a banishment around the building and shit. You saw that? Yeah. I see my stomach burning right now is what I see. To honor the Dharma means to live accordingly to genuine spiritual principles, and that's the powers. What those principles are depends on your inner values. To live accordingly to your values means living with integrity of being, conducting yourself according to an inner spiritual code, right? And that's what we talked about yesterday: integrity, loyalty, and honesty. If you're not quite ready to take such responsibility or do not yet have the confidence to trust in your own values, work with an external moral code and attempt to align with that. Morality is like training wheels for the soul, imposing concepts of right and wrong. It is the top-down approach, mind first, then attempting to mould behavior accordingly. Did you hear that? We're talking about self-discipline here, people. And it's working with your mind. It says mind first, then attempting to mould behavior accordingly, right? Spiritual integrity is a different approach. It does not ask what others think about the matter or how we will be judged for acting in a certain way. And that's it. It's like, you know what I mean? You let it out. And then you can look back. And it's like not what I did, it's why I did it. I used to, when I wasn't being pleasing, anytime I would, rage against the machines, I guess you could call it, I would condemn myself for such behaviors. People were watching you. You got loud. Everybody's talking about what you said and what you did. I put myself outside rather than what I did. And it's like that. As you shame yourself, why did I do that? Go back to that moment where you had to make a choice and you can rationalize with yourself why you chose to think and act that way. Now, that gives you an opportunity when you're doing these kind of self-evaluations to yourself, which is just reflecting moon energy, if you will, drawing down the moon. It gives you an opportunity when you start using this pattern, this processing of your own thoughts, you start using it, it becomes a process towards other people too. Rather than persecuting them right away, you start to have understanding, which brings compassion and right away forgiveness. It used to be anytime I saw somebody do something stupid, I had to address that stupidity immediately and point that out to them. It's like, are you fucking aware of yourself right now? No, they fully are not. And that's where I felt like it was my job to make people fucking aware of themselves. Not at all. Not at all. When they're around me, yes, a sense of self-awareness. But I don't have to go around waking everybody up and making them aware of what they're doing all day long. Now, in those moments, though, it's like I've had a lot of these moments. I'm seeing what happened in Arizona. I was so mad at God for taking me. I'd be so mad. Why'd you put me here so that I had to raise my voice and tell everybody some shit? He puts me in shit to start some shit. It's like you guys always call fucking Michael to a fucking fight so he could stop the fight. That's where I am with the fucking sword of truth. Why I gotta be in the middle of this bullshit? Who called this in? Who called me into this bullshit? I was just minding my own motherfucking business. Now I'm in the middle of somebody's dark-ass war. And I gotta be the light in this shit. Motherfuck you. Right? God just sets me up. And of all the times I could have caught that's what I mean. Of all the times I could have came up yesterday, or she could have came up yesterday, we catch the same motherfucking elevator. He puts us right in front of each other. You're tempting me. Yes, I am. Be good. And if I'm not, you're gonna feel bad about this later. Okay, well, I'll deal with that. And then those bad feelings of guilt and shame and regret and blame, those are really terrible feelings. Nobody wants to walk around with that. If they're real, like you really regret this, then you atone for it. If you're really ashamed, then you atone for it. A lot of that is put on you. People are like astonished because you said what no one else said. You did what nobody else did. And they're like, oh my God. And they try to they're just like, in awe of it. And they try to make you feel bad for your fucking behaviors because you had to stand up and make a scene. Hey, bro, somebody had to say something. I mean, what did you want me to say? You wanted me to be like you guys and not say nothing? Be quiet? And that's where it is. It's like, fuck, I wish I could. And sometimes I don't. That's what it is. Sometimes I just take it all in, and then when I do speak, oh shit. That's why it's better just to speak it when I see it, because then it starts snowballing, and now I got a lot to say when I get pissed off. Really? Yeah. So it doesn't ask what others think about a matter and how will we be judged for acting a certain way. Rather, it inquires as to what resonates as the most spiritual aligned course of action. It considers how, and that's where I was. I was at the altar. I shouldn't have deleted the video. I came to the altar. I told Jude before I left her, I was like, I'm going to go up to my altar and go talk this through with God. In the middle of 13-minute fucking video, right, I decided I needed to go tell somebody what she had said. It came from here. Not just me out there with an attitude. I'm going to fucking tell him this bitch. It came from here. From the altar, when I sat down with my feelings and was looking for the right action. I didn't just act. And then I told you what I did so you didn't get thrown under the bus. I told you why I acted. Which means I came here and I told the world. And I let you in on it. And that's what that was, right? And, you know, when I sent it to her, when I sent it to Morgan, the same thing. Morgan's like, she did all that? If you could be a fly on the wall when this girl sits next to me and listen to how she how she me toos everything. Everything I say. She is that yes man. She's that hype man. She's just, you know, yeah, me too, and tries to add one on it. The up one. I'm serious. And she went too far because she snitched herself out. She dry snitched herself out, or she just flat out lied. That's up to her. Let that be the thing. And that's it. I found, you know what I mean? I dumped this shit somewhere else. I dumped this trash on somebody else's doorstep. Realistically, well, she was the one that was getting me in trouble with all the people in the building to begin with. Stay away from me. You're the one that's not getting along with people and just bothering people, just rolling up on people all the time. Stay away from me. I just stay by my motherfucking self. Swear, unless I go up. And now, I mean, I'm nice and shit. People, you know, but what are you doing? Leave me alone. That's what I said. Rather, it inquires what resonates, blah, blah, blah. It considers how we can speak and act in such a way that those inner values act respected. Adherence to external moral code is useful in earlier stages of development. When you're teaching your kids how to act, that's fine, right? But when a soul is ready to grow, being overly guided by morality can undermine spiritual progress. Morality can lead the soul into a state of psychological infancy, responding to externally imposed measures of conduct and aiming to avoid repercussions when a transgression is discovered by another. And that's it. You're being you don't want to start no shit. You're afraid. You're afraid of the repercussion. You're afraid of what people will say, and that's what I said. You know what I mean? I don't want all this heat on me. I don't want to be the tattleteller. This whole motherfucker, as I told them, is going to fucking fall to the ground. They're going to clean this whole motherfucker up, or it's just going to burn to the fucking ground. I don't care. I'm safe while I'm here. But as I do these rituals and I cast all this fucking negativity and you're carrying it, best believe it pulls your spirit right the fuck out of here too. Every fucking time I do one of these killer banishments, it banishes it. Every time somebody has crossed me, I see them within a couple of weeks out the door. She of all people knows it. Don't cross me. And that was it. You and your infantile ways wanted to go and retaliate. Against what? The fucking truth? Just like the woman before that said I was lying about what she did in front of my fucking face and on the camera? I have no need to lie. This whole world is a lie. Or it may suffer with guilt and shame when a moral code has been violated, intentionally or not. In such a mindset, we had power over the collective that establishes the code, whether it be religious, socio-economic, family, or political group, or the collective more generally. In following that code, we can adapt something of a childlike attitude to punishment and reward. Hence the shock when bad things happen to good people. Those with the courage to grow to following an inner code take greater responsibility for their lives and actions. From greater responsibility arises greater freedom. In moving away from the crowd, such souls can forge their own path. This does not mean we act in ways despicable or despicable to others. Certainly, there are people who deny the power of moral code, but also lack the inner connection of spiritual presence, and so move with an absence of integrity altogether. You have no moral standing and no spiritual fucking ethics. You have no, and you can see them. They weren't raised better, and then they don't have a conscience that teaches them to, that stops them. There was not a voice in your head that told you this was a bad thing to do. There was never a voice inside of your heart that said, don't do this. I can understand you weren't taught better, but you didn't have that heart's knowing not to do this shit. And that's where it goes back to it. It's like you guys deny any power you have, which is your heart's voice, to a weak, infantile mind, your inner child mind. I have to. My heart says it's time for us to move into a house and have a family. My mind's like, no, 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 I'll never do that again. I had to sit there and work through that for 2 weeks and cry with it about all its fears and its memories and what it went through living in a house with a man, so that I can eventually, by New Year's, live in a house with a man again. What's stopping me? My infantile mind. What's stopping you? Your infantile mind. And oh my God, what will people think? Let them think. They think like infants, just like you. Such people create much pain for themselves and others as they assume a level of personal power without the spiritual maturity to ensure that power is expressed benevolently. Our evolutionary process for strengthening our connection to Dharma, or spiritual law, transforms our relationship with ourselves, each other, and the world. As we grow spiritually and mature at a psychological level, and that's it, you're not. You guys like to run around saying I'm crazy, but you are psychologically impaired. You're psychologically stunted from childhood. I was too, but I worked through that. I reprogram my mind. That's what I do here. You guys you don't have the emotional capacity or the mental capacity to keep up a fucking conversation with me, let alone to spend a day with me. Why? Because you're surface level. You only talk about surface level things. You don't have any depth. There's no depth to what you think. You will not challenge a thought. That's her. Whatever you say, she agrees with everything. Just to be agreeable, to be part of the conversation. She will not put her opinion in it, because if her opinion was voiced against the opinion of everyone else, she doesn't want to deal with that. She doesn't have her own opinion. I can say this is Diana, or I could say this is all of you. You're not there to have a debate, to have a psychologically stimulating conversation about world issues. I can do that with Mr. Plum in 20 minutes. I can do that with fucking Morgan. These people have knowledge and wisdom beyond their years because of their experiences. You have no knowledge, no wisdom, no experiences to teach me anything. You're going to teach me how an iPhone works? That could be useful if I ever bought one, but I don't. You're going to teach me how TikTok works? That could be useful if I ever open one, but I don't plan to. You're going to teach me how to dominate the little worlds that you live in? When I'm trying to learn agriculture and I'm trying to learn, ancient things, you're going to teach me about the technology that's failing you today? I don't need to know about your failing ways. I need to know about the ancient ways that never failed. Realistically, just pointing that out. That's where it happens. By following your heart, you're forced to psychologically grow. You have to fight your mind to do what your heart says. And by that, you face so many emotions that your emotional maturity grows too. And all of this is a spiritual evolution. Ta-da! You can look at people of all ages and see that they haven't spiritually evolved. They haven't psychologically. Look at Kanye. Look at him. Look at Marshall. He's the oldest of us. He's 53. Is he wise in his years? Has he had so many experiences that he could teach you about life? Or only one area of life and certain people that connect with him? Can he really reach everyone based on his life experiences? And in that reach, what is he telling you about his life experiences? The horrors, the victims, what the fuck are you talking about, Marshall? Russ is 33 years old. You've lived 33 years and now you're telling us about your childhood traumas? That's all you have to talk about in your 33 years? You haven't told us how you survived them because you're still over there sucking on mommy's tit. I can't do this with you guys. It's disgusting. You don't grow, you just get old. As we grow spiritually and mature at a psychological level, we naturally begin to cultivate our inner values. And that's where you change your mind and you start growing. You don't think like other people. You're not a dipshit. You don't have low vibrational thoughts. You don't stick to stupid codes. Bros before hoes. And that's where it is. Wrong is wrong is wrong is wrong, and I don't give a fuck. You're wrong. I have no loyalty to you. The blood we share obviously isn't the same if you think right is or wrong is right. Oh, but everybody else does it, then you're no better than everybody else. Get out of my face. I don't respect the masses. If you're part of the masses, then get out of my face, black mass. That's what your fucking code of ethic is. I can do it because everyone else does. Well, they do it better, and that doesn't mean it's done. Anything you're doing is right. It's a fucking excuse. And that was her excuse. Well, I can go out on dates because you do. You're not fucking me. You're not me. You think you can compare and compete with other people. You think that you're them, and you can do what they do. You're not them. Stay in your own lane. You're in the past lane. I'm in the fast lane. You're living in the past. I'm in the fast lane. You have no inner values. Your inner values are based on what the nonsense you may have learned from your parents, church, or government. You follow the rules. Once again, I challenge them. Is there a rule about going around the roundabout? Nobody ever considered that. That's where I go. Where there's no limits. We can learn, anyways, eschewing those who have been taught that no longer resonate. We learn that often painful lessons of what happens when we abandon our values to pursue which society says is more important. Control, profit, or personal gain at any cost. Social status through position of power. For example, we increasingly align ourselves with our values and adhere to them more courageously, involving them accordingly to inner resonance rather than outer effect. I got this whole download right here. I felt like I was having a conversation with somebody else in the outside world while I was reading that, so I didn't read any of that. I'm going to reread this to you and tell you the conversation that I was having with someone else as I was reading this. We increasingly align ourselves with our values and adhere to them more courageously, involving them accordingly to inner resonance rather than outer effect, is what I read to you. But that's not, I was reading, but I wasn't here while I was reading. I was back in this what it said before this. It says, we learn the often painful lesson of what happens when we abandon our values to pursue what society says is more important. I got one download. Every time I tried to go into public, I knew better. So the first time I tried to go to one, I had been in my hermit mode for quite some time. And Brian was having another one of his conventions, one of his get-togethers where they get together with new artists and, talk about, get new artists on. And he invited me, so I went there. My Holy Spirit told me not to go, and if I did go, to make sure I put my headphones on and to put on a fucking face mask. I thought it was a joke, bro. I'm not putting on a sleep mask in front of people, but I did put on the headphones. I didn't follow the rules. And when I got there, all it did was I put my eyes upon one person, and the pain of that person came upon me, and I almost died. I had to run out of that room. I made a video from the car how I was filled with all kinds of hurt and pain, and I couldn't stop crying, and I needed to go home. I didn't listen. Later, Brian, I told you the story. He invited me. He was doing a show at the Gothic, and I was in California, and I said I would go. I went knowing that I wasn't supposed to be in public like this anymore. And I went, and it was almost terrible. Some girl ended up giving me a huge mushroom, so I was able to make it through. I made it long enough for him to come off stage, me to give him a candle and a hug and get the fuck out of there. And I could never be in crowds again. When you try to do shit that your spirit tells you can't, even though you think you can, it's painful, bro. It's a painful lesson. Now, secondly, the second big download that I had was the conversation that comes here. says when society says is more important: control, profit, personal gain at any cost, social status through possessions of power, for example. I had this visual as I continued to read, where somebody's asking me, why do you live here at the homeless shelter? I'm a priestess, which is the same as a nun. I've left the work field to praise God, and that's what brought me to homelessness. That's my answer. What's your answer? Why are you homeless? I left my comfy home and my high status to praise God. He brought me here because this was a time in my life that I denied. I actually came from homelessness and had completely chose to forget it with disassociated amnesia. I'm put in places to remember what I've been through and have more respect and reverence for what I've gone through. But as I'm here, I spread the good word of God. I'm actively seeking work that I can fit in, but as my new spiritual being, it's very difficult for me. I have the clairsenses, so I read people. I'm very much a psychic. I can feel all of their thoughts and pains and feelings, so putting me back in a work field is very difficult. I'm constantly looking for positions that leave me to myself and I don't have to take in the woes of the world. But that's what I struggle with. I'm currently looking for subsidized housing that I can keep, where I can find established stability without the help of a work field and just off of the income that I'm able to, bring together in my priesthood. A conversion back into the real world isn't something that I can do. I am like every other priest. I've given a vow to God and I've left that world. But I still have to find ways to provide for me and my children with the help of God. That's my story. Why are all the other people here? I'm sure they got a great story about their baby daddy and this person and they this and that and this and that. How did you lose it all? I gave it all up. You're welcome to see my story. I gave it all up, as God said. I do what God says. You may think it's crazy, but I have proof. Just as a priest or a nun, I am a priestess. I don't have a temple. I must be this in real life. I don't get to hide behind a church. I don't get fed by the church. I don't get praised by the people. I don't have a bowl that goes around. That's why I'm here. And I wait for God to open the gates, and I do as He says, and I spread His light, and I do His work consistently, as well as trying to find work to meet our needs. I do much more than you do at your 9 to 5. It would have been easy just to keep a job, just to keep the old me. Becoming a whole new version of me and something that nobody's ever been, and that everybody persecutes because I can't just be a normal person. They don't accept this as normal. They're going to have to normalize it, but I'm not going to be normal to them because of my lifestyle. God has chosen a different way for me. That of the prophets, because I am the prophetess. So it is what it is. Do I tell everyone that? No, but if you want. How long can I hide it before I tell people, before it comes out? Before people start finding out on my cigarette break that I'm a priestess, that I speak with God, that I work with deities, that I'm a witch, that I am the messenger of God. They don't believe me, and that's fine. But I am what I am. I'm not trying to become something of this world. I'm out of this world. I have to be out of this world while in this world. And this world is not very accepting of that. They want you to be of this world. Jesus said, live in this world and not be of it. My only offense is every word in that Bible, and I live by it. You try to persecute me, and I'm going to show you that this is what He told me to do, and you're not doing what it said. You cannot persecute me. The gifts of the Holy Spirit. Against such there is no law. We increasingly align ourselves, and that's it. You can't say I'm a bad parent. You can't say I'm crazy. You can't say anything. You can't persecute me for my way of life. You have no power over me. None of you do. They can't throw me out of this building because I'm a witch. They can't deny me services. They can't any of that because of my spiritual beliefs. And it is because of my spiritual beliefs you want to persecute a bitch. At the lowest levels, and wait till I get to the highest highs. And that's where it is. You can't. But they will. Why? Out of fear. Because I have a connection with God that nobody else does. I don't pray to the devil. I tell you every day there's no such thing. You are full of lies and fears of a world that's not real. And you persecute anybody that doesn't live according to your fucking standards. If I go as an American woman into the Middle East, they will persecute me because I don't dress and talk and look and act like them. And they have the fucking nerve to get mad that we do the same when you come to my motherfucking country. You won't hire me because I don't look and talk and act like the other people. I can't live in your neighborhood because I don't look and talk and live like other people. Because I don't go to your church. Because I don't believe the shit you believe. Because I don't dress like you. You discriminate at anything that is not you. But who the fuck are you? A dress up of another person. You aren't even real. You're dressing up as somebody else yourself. And anybody that doesn't play dress up like you is not worthy. Where can we go where we can be free, to be free? Tell me where that land is. It used to be America, the home of the free and the land of the brave. That's not what's here. We're not free to be ourselves. We have to be what they tell us to be. And if not, they will destroy us. They will take away our resources. They will take away our freedoms. They will literally take away our human rights. Because we don't love like they love. We don't talk like they talk. Our skin isn't their color. We didn't grow up in their place. We don't eat like they eat. I'm not allowed to eat pork in front of you, Allie. I was raised on pork my whole life. And then somebody comes along and says that that's ungodly. So now you're persecuting me. You said my whole life my mother was ungodly because she fed me pork. Have you ever had a piece of bacon or ham? Fucking asshole. We're ungodly, says the Hindus. We ate what was given to us, and we're ungodly for that. You must stop now. My mom gave me a pair of thong underwear when I was 14 years old, and now I'm a fucking prostitute. I'm a fucking hooker. I'm a this. She gave me this, and she made me bad by giving me provocative underwear, lingerie. You say that the way that we were raised makes us evil. So then you say our parents were evil and our country was evil and we were just raised in this. We didn't know any better. But then when we come around you, we're not good enough. Nobody knows they're poor until some rich person wants to point it out. Nobody knows that they're a dark, you know what I mean? That their hair, nobody knows any of this until some asshole comes and divides us. And points out why we're different. Some person comes out and points out our differences and how we don't look like you and we don't dress like you and don't talk to them because they're not like us. Who the fuck are you? Oh, God. Breathe and breathe and breathe. That would be the Lilith. I know exactly where that's coming from. We increasingly align ourselves with our values and adhere to them more courageously. Evolving, and that's it. It's like, I can't stand behind you. I don't give a fuck who you are, bitch. I don't give a fuck if I'm married to you. If you fucking wrong these people, bro, I'm not standing next to you. What's wrong with you? I don't stand behind this. I'm not with this person. I don't support you. I don't support what you've done. I stand behind the truth. not a person. My loyalty is truth, to the spirit of truth in all things. I'm seeing what happened with Marshall. When he stood up and he performed for gin and juice, it was done. I am compassionate and understanding and forgiving, and I myself ritualistically will take a drink of alcohol. But I'm not going to promote it to children and tell them this is a fun way of life. I'm going to tell them that this is what people do during a certain age of life, but be very careful. Most people don't make it out okay. And everybody that has any stories of their 20s are filled with shame. You got so drunk, you did shameful acts. Shameful. Everybody that gets that level of drunk becomes shameful. Upon themselves, upon their children, they become shameful. They call it lushy. Enough drinks, anybody becomes shameful. It's not something, you know what I mean? And that's where it is. I can't stand by you by this. Leave them. Leave this, or lose me, because I don't stand by this. Is it better to stand by something evil than something good? And how could you do it? I couldn't believe it. The man of steel who loves to show his fucking sobriety coins goes out on a gin and juice stage, uses his creativity to promote gin and juice. I couldn't understand it. And a week later, there was pictures of him and Royce at some major weed man's house. It's like you're supposed to stand for sobriety, but here you are, in addiction, promoting addictions. You're fake. And that's where I realized it. He's surrounded by addicts. He just likes to stay there and pretend like he's better than them, but he's not. He can't be around people that are better than him. He has to stay around addicts so he can feel powerful. Because there's no power hanging out with us that don't drink. We don't care. You're not powerful. Your little coin means nothing to us that don't drink, that haven't drank, that don't do drugs. You're real powerful to them while they're sitting there powerless to their drugs and alcohol. Stupid. That's all you've accomplished in your life, right? Is you became sober? But how are you sober when you hang out with drunks and drug addicts? That's not true. And what are you? And that's it too. You're not even an advocate for it. Because you sat there and made that song with Juice about all the pills and shit, and then he died. You sit there and make songs about doing it, and then they die. You praise it. You praise drugs and alcohol and what it's done to your life. Hey, here's a shot for you. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, 4 shot. Toast up, oh man. We realize that self-respect is more important than trying to control or manipulate outer events and other people. We are moved with an inner place rather than motivated by external rewards. As a consequence, it is spiritually safe for us. At that moment, I have this moment of when I find the truth, I go crazy. And I run around and I'm like, look everybody, they're a lie. I've got them, I found it, they're a lie. I have that moment quite often. Why? Because it's built up. I can't believe it and I have to show everyone because I can't believe this. I can't sit with this by myself. As a consequence, it's spiritually safe for us to receive an abundance of material blessings because we know we will not try to sell our soul to obtain them. I don't have to do anything to be rich. I already am. Stupid. I said that. I don't have to have money in my pocket to have everything I want in this world. That's the power of a priest and a priestess. That's the power of God. You don't need the things of this world to be powerful. Or powerless to them, I should say. The Dharma of Kali brings a message that your most abundant success will manifest when you are aligned with your integrity. You do not need to, and that's it. When do I become most successful? When I face this fear of being famous? Really? Until I'm ready to be famous, you won't see it in my pocket. But it doesn't mean that I'm not fine without it. My most abundance is when I step into my position of power, obviously. I don't have to make the money. It'll just come. When they know what you know what I mean? They'll offer me money. They'll offer to, that's just how it'll work. People will pay. They always ask me, how much do you cost? I don't. I'm a priestess. I do this for free. But I take donations. And that's really what it is. It's like there's not a price on God's love, on God's truth. In essence, you're really not going to like this after I give it to you, probably. But they will. They'll pay for interviews. They'll pay for everything. That's what it is. I'll have my videos streamed. And then afterwards, like these, I'll take it and you'll have to pay for each episode. Really? Yeah, later. You'll have to have a subscription to catch each episode. It'll be a monthly subscription so that you can. And so yeah, there's plenty of money to be made. I'm not searching for money. I'm not even searching. I'm telling you, I'm rich beyond my wildest dreams, and that's how I fund these kingdoms of God. How I built his new communities for people like me. Self-sufficient communities where we have a job within the community that helps the whole community and we never have to leave home. Wouldn't it be nice, huh? To never have to leave your community. We own cars, but we don't really go anywhere unless we're going to, taking vacations and shit. You don't need a car. You won't need one. Everything we need will be in our communities. We'll have everything there. That's not something the government wants to hear. They really want you. They want your consumerism. They need your tax dollars. They need you to, keep this bitch running. No, we're going to go the other directions with our abilities. Thank you. You do not need to put your faith in the pathways or projects that do not resonate with your deeper spiritual knowing or values. Seeking the way of the world is, and that's it, going back to I saw the bell ringing. I want that job. Not for pride, but for value. I'm asking people to donate to the Salvation Army. Why? Because I live at the Salvation Army. The person that's hiring people to do this job doesn't know it, but what I'm doing is morally right. It aligns with truth. I'm working for a good cause. And in essence, I'm a recipient on the back end of this. I'm looking for joyful, joyful givers for those of us that are, needy hands. It aligns perfectly. It's not about pride. And fuck your prejudice. Really? If I go to Target, they're going to want a lot more of me. Seeking the ways of this world to bring you what you need is only going to limit your spiritual progress and undermine your most abundant manifestations of your purpose. If you intuitively know that you need to engage with a more traditional worldly meaning of progress, then you can do so with your spiritual integrity intact and guiding you to stay true to yourself in the process. And that's what it is. Most churches will go out for donations and shit like that. I'm not standing out there with a sign asking me to fund my lifestyle. I'm willing to work and work hard, but I only do the work that's right. And that's it. It's like, I'm looking forward, I need to reach out to them to the snow season. I'd rather shovel snow. I'd rather do hard labors and stuff like that. Yes, I came from that world, but that's not where it brings me no peace. It's not about pride. I'm only out here to meet my needs, to do an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. That's all. And I don't want to commit to, a lifestyle of this. Because this is my commitment. I have my commitment here. I can't give up my life, my commitment to God, for a fucking full-time job. I must find another way, and that's why subsidized housing was helpful. I can find a part-time job and still have a house off of a part-time job. I'm still looking for the right fit. It's not that I'm not looking and I gave up. I try all kinds of goofy things. Anything that'll work for me. I'm trying. to find a place where I can be me in that place. But I got to do what's right for me. I'm not good around people. I'm not good around this stuff. You know, when I worked at public storage, it was all drug addicts and shit like that. And liars and cheats. And she wanted me to fucking just pretend like nothing was happening. She wanted me to pretend like the rules weren't being broken. I can't do that. I can't do that. Can't you see that's what's causing me trouble here? You break the rules. No. That's not what it means. And that's the difference about moral codes. Codes of conduct, ethics, integrity. You don't understand. As you're guided from within, you shall make the best progress. And that's it. It's like, you know, I can't be like you guys. I had to stop being like you guys to be like me. Asking me to be like you is stupid. That's such regression. You should be rooting me on. Trying to find my place. Shit. And leave me alone. Just leave me alone. I'm not a bad person. Invocational ritual. Take a moment to settle your awareness on the flow of the breath. Is there something that has been troubling you? Is anything bothering me? Am I tired? That's all I got. Why is that bothering me? I don't know. It's just bothering me. But that's superficial and I'm not going anywhere, so obviously nothing's really bothering me. Is anything bothering me? No. I'm okay. I'm not bothered. I spend time, when I am, you'll see me right here telling you I'm bothered. I'm fucking triggered. I'm okay. Are you okay? Speak to Ma Kali from your heart, and then say the following prayer. I guess I could say I was a little... No, I was certain. I knew what was happening before I came up. I realized I was working with all of my spirits, and they were integrating. I'm not worried about the outside because I have full belief in it. I'm not worried. I said that last night. I'm not worried. I'm not bothered. I'm not troubled. Trouble's outside of me. There's trouble brewing all over me. There's plenty of trouble outside of me. As long as I stay away from their trouble, I don't have my own. I have my own learning and teachings and stuff, but I'm not bringing trouble to myself. Trouble finds me. It's just out there. And it troubles me. Realistically, that's how it works. I'm not worried about shit. I have God. Why do I have to worry? That's what it means, dude. I give him, when I am, I go and tell him, and he tells me what to do, or just to chill. Fine. Alright. You know, whatever. Kalima, beloved wearer of the mala of skulls. What am I wearing? I told you. My mala of skulls. See it? I was guided to this morning. I knew what was up. You are the way, the healing, the integrity, and resolution. You are the blessing, both in chaos and in grace. I release fear and attachment to outcome. I become free and ready to receive and be held within your divine will. I choose to trust you unconditionally. I surrender all concerns to you now. And I can see Lilith talking to Kali. I can see my inner spirit talking to my wiser spirit. I surrender all concerns to you now and open to receive clear alignment with the highest path for resolution and release that brings spiritual benefits to all beings. Hi, Ma Kali. What did I see? I saw my Lilith saying, I don't want to get married. And I saw Kali Ma, you know what I mean? That was it. It's like, I choose to trust you unconditionally. And in that moment, it was a conversation. It's like, I don't want to do this. It's going to be all right. It's going to be good. Lilith doesn't know. And even Lisa. How do I know this is going to be good based on what I've seen? And that's the spirit telling me. It's believing in not what I've seen, but what my heart says. What I've seen says there's no hope. But that's not what my spirit says. And again, that's it. It's always that fear. It's part of my divine, it's part of the path. But that's what'll happen, when I have a strong man next to me, I'll feel stronger. I won't feel It's not like I need you to fight my battles, but just knowing that you're there makes me know that I'll have something to come home to after the battle. Behind every strong man is a strong woman, they say. I have to be the strongest woman in all time. I need a very strong man behind me that stands behind me and what I believe in and what I'm here to do. It's hard to believe, I know. But I can't show you any more than every day. It's like, how long will you see this before you choose to believe it? How long will you let your mind deny the truth right in front of your face? How long until you start arguing with your mind and letting me be true? How long will you guys run around calling me crazy for? Just because your mind doesn't want to believe that I'm not? Your heart knows I'm not. But your mind doesn't know what to call it. And it's because you won't teach your mind something better. I'm using me as an example, but how many other people? How many other situations? How many other things? I was watching this movie yesterday. I didn't get finished with it. It was a very old movie. It was with Tom Hanks and Bruce Willis. And it was about this man, this white man, and he was having an affair with this woman, and they got stuck in the Bronx, and then they were trying to get out, and this girl ran over a black guy, and he tried to tell him to turn him in, but they didn't, and finally they were trying to persecute him, because they were like, they finally got this white man, and how he didn't, respect the black community. He wasn't even driving the car, bro. He was trying to hide the fact he was having an affair, and that this bitch did it. And I was watching this movie, and it's like, she got into this neighborhood, and she started panicking. I mean, yeah, he was a little concerned that he was in the black neighborhood, but she became a fucking idiot. She's like, get us out of here, and na 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 na. And it's like, for how long are you going to act like that? For how long are you going to act like your parents, Miss Daisy? How long are you going to keep acting like you're better than people and judging people? How long are you going to keep thinking low about people, bro? When are you going to change your mind? It's your mind. Don't come over here and expect me to change it. You control that bitch, or you don't. I'm sure if I pull a fucking tarot card, it's gonna be some kind of fucking union or shit. I'm coming into it. I'm coming closer to it instead of running from it. But the closer I get to it, the more shadows I face of it. Those cards, it's like, well, I dug into hell to get my family to tell me some messages, right? And then I dug into the Kali to give me the message. And it's like, it's just confirmation to what, you know what I mean? Find some, grace and eloquence in your communications, and what was it? What was the Makali? Something, I saw one word. Oh, it's a birth. Get on my face, Lucifer. Not helpful right now. Focus on opening yourself to greater power and reputation. That's what it was. Resolving problems. And what was the other one? What's his name? I don't remember. Was it Walt? No. Was it you? I don't remember. Focus on resolving differences with enemies, finding common ground, and friendship. It wasn't Bullock. What was the third one, guys? I could just open it. I don't know. Now I'm just going through the whole damn family. I don't remember. I will see it and I'll remember it. Fourth. Right there it was. Focus on gaining eloquence and grace. Well, it is what it is. I tried to tell you. That's the energy. Try to balance it. That's all I can say. Try to balance it. Don't persecute yourself when you have to become, you know what I mean? When you have to step up. Don't get stepped on. Kali is all about standing up. That's what Lilith is. That's what all of the dark goddesses are about, is standing up for yourself. Standing on your own. It's really what it is. What's funny is because, you know, I'm supposed to stand next to someone, and I've always only stood alone. You look at, as soon as I always say that, I always see Isis and Osiris. First off, that's the same as going back to Odin. We rule. We just live under the same house. It's not the passion and all of that. It's just that we're ordained as, you know what I mean? We were chosen to be, you know what I mean, the leaders. You know what I mean? That's how that looked. It wasn't out of love. It was out of position. And that's really what it is. In the old times, you know, it's like, you didn't, going back to the princess, I didn't choose to be a fucking princess. I didn't choose this, and I didn't choose to marry this man, and I didn't choose to run this fucking town, and I didn't choose this. I was born into this. What life? You didn't have a choice, and that's where Lilith comes in, the free will choice. You can choose to be anything. Not me, though. I have to do this life. I chose every other life but this life, and now I choose this life. He can't force me. I have to do it of my own free will. I have to answer his calling of my own free will. The very thing that you guys normalize, I think, is chaos. I can't wait to get married. I can't wait to... Oh, God. I'm destroying this whole constitution of marriage. We're going back to a holy union, and that's what it is. Love and passion, and love and passion, and love and passion. Power and authority and passion, and save the people. I don't know, guys. Be careful with the scales of today. In the essence, it's we're still in the death energy. We're building up as we're tearing apart. Really? Yes, we're building up to a full moon. And meanwhile, in the death energy, we're tearing apart. You have to make room for the new moon. Where are you going to put this big-ass moon? You're going to fit it in your pocket? I don't think so. Hey, Dharma or karma is coming for you. Love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.